a night. We've been all over the place, right? All over the place. We didn't have to travel anywhere. I was 33 when I finally got a seat at the table. The big grown-up table. I am not talking about Thanksgiving, I am not talking about Easter, and I'm not talking about Passover. I am talking about the mayor's table. I was sitting in the room where the decisions were made. There I was at the budget meeting. Big round table in City Hall, pomp and circumstance. My feet barely touched the ground because I'm so short, but I was at the table. Staffers were sitting behind us, and I was one of those people right there making the decisions. We had charts, we had graphs, we felt brainy, we were smart. We didn't use PowerPoint because anyone who knows what they're really talking about doesn't need PowerPoint, but we were making presentations and making points. And the police commissioner was there, and he made his case why they needed more money and how it would keep the city safe. And the Economic Development Commissioner was there, and he made his argument about why the city needed to grow more and how these funds would help prosperity. And I was there talking about why the welfare department needed to help people be more self-sufficient. And everyone around the table, can I have this money? And the mayor turned to the police commissioner and said, yes. And then he turned to the Economic Development Commissioner and said, yes. And then he turned to me and said, no. Who likes no? Anybody like no here? No. I thought for sure he didn't hear me. So I said louder, more strenuously, I'm sure you didn't look at the charts enough. I'm sure you didn't get pre-briefed. Did you see that one with the exploding bar chart, whatever pie chart? Did you understand? I'm going on and on like a train wreck, you know, I couldn't stop talking. They're all like looking at me like this, and I'm still going. Finally, the first deputy mayor said, Eileen, the mayor wasn't pre-briefed. I didn't believe him. I said, but you don't understand. We've been working so hard. My team needs this and that. You know, I'm going down that road. Couldn't shut up. We have to do this. It's important. We promised the city. Finally, the mayor's chief counsel, who was an older man who I really respected, said, Eileen, stop. You think I could stop? I couldn't stop. I then said, under my breath, okay, it's okay to have empty welfare desks, but it's not okay to have empty police cars. Everybody's looking the other way, no one's looking at me, the chairs are moving aside, you know? And a few minutes I was escorted from the meeting. Now, I didn't see anything wrong with what I said, because this was the first time I was managing. I was in charge of 10,000 people, and I was doing a great job. But you know what I did? I hired a table of mini-me's. So everyone around me was doing what I did. It's so important, we need this, I'm special, more this, more that. I thought that's the way you manage. You know, that's how you talk to people. And that's how I did. Now the kicker is, a few months later, the police commissioner, I was not there, I was not invited back to most meetings. The police commissioner comes in and says, I have a great idea that's really going to solve crime in New York City. We are going to use phantom police cars. You've all seen phantom police cars, right? A car parked somewhere with no one in it. Apparently, the commissioner did a briefing that these empty, sound familiar? Sound like anybody you know said that? These empty cars, when parked, are a crime deterrent. And it's being used in Michigan, and it's being used in Ohio, and it's being used in Miami. And I think we should use it in New York. And what do you think, you know? The mayor said, of course, more resources for police. I love the police, but of course, we'll do it. And this became a major strategy for crime deterrence in the mid-1990s and 2000s. Once New York City adopted it, the rest of the country adopted it. And it was my idea. Did I get credit? No. All anyone remembers is me being thrown out of the committee unceremoniously. Now, here I am in the Berkshires. Next week, most of the towns are gonna pick their new select board and their finance committee. They're working on their budgets. And I, after being appointed to the finance committee, which you know how hard that is to do, it's usually an elected position, but there's a vacancy. I am running for a term on the finance committee. I have been endorsed by both the Democrats and the Republicans, also highly unusual in Monterey, Massachusetts. And I will tell you one thing, this is a fresh start for me because I will not whisper anything under my breath.